What's up, friends? So today, a couple things are happening. Recording a drum cover, but I thought I would give you guys a behind-the-scenes look at how I do that. So, walking into the sanctuary, and it's pretty dark in here. Hopefully my camera can keep up. But I wanted to kind of show you how I set up to record these. And I'm doing something a little bit different today. So I have limited time, but I really wanted to crank out a cover. It's like, man, what can I do? So I've decided to do what I'm gonna call a one-shot drum cover. Basically, not a song that I've practiced or even played necessarily, just like a one-take, fun, not trying to be perfect cover. So I'm doing Come Right Now, Planet Shakers. I think it's pretty popular, but I've never done it before, never played it before. So I'm here in the sanctuary, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do to set up for this cover. So, I've first of all set the lights already. So what I've done is just use the lights we already have in place. So I've taken my down lighting, I'm using these back, obviously it's super bright, our back Intel lights. I've just turned on white and just used them like spotlights here. Same thing with this one up top coming in from the front. I'm gonna move the shield out of the way. And then I've taken all of these lights, which are normally our stage lights that point out here, and I've pointed them like towards the back wall to create kind of my backdrop. And then everything else I've made pretty dark so that my main shot is, you know, gonna be right here, minus the shield. You know, and I'll drop the ISO down here on my camera where you're not getting as much of this extra stuff, just that. So I'll get a shot there. I've been composing a shot with my T3i through here, but it'll be like punched in, really nice there, and then probably one more on the other side. So I'm not gonna grab the C100 today, probably just those 3 shots. So yeah, all right, so here I've got this little Viltrox light, and this little $5 stand on top of one of our mic stands. So the idea is, you know, this light will hit me pretty well and kind of light on my face because I'm using all this down lighting, and so that would, you know, generally, you know, especially when wearing a hat, it's gonna make, you know, my face super in the dark. So this light will help just kind of fill my face a little bit, won't make it quite as dark. So that's on my main shot. I'm just mounting this on here since this is a tiny little mirrorless camera. And then my other cameras, you've heard me talking about them before and showed you several times, but I've got a T3i, and then the church has an old T3i that is, no one minds if I borrow. So this is a really great setup. If you are looking for a budget setup, these are great. Now, I would say these are great only if you're looking for an extra shot. These are not great. I would not get the T3i. I would get at least the T4i, because again, the T3i does not have video autofocus. So if you're doing, you know, like this kind of stuff, it will not focus in video. Once you start the video, the focus is locked. So T4i will do better. Of course, I mean, really, if I was gonna recommend one camera, if you don't have a camera, I would say the M50 is a great buy, but that's not what this video is about. Anyways, we have 2 of these Rebel T3i's. So this is a 50mm lens, which is great. f1.8, meaning I get a lot shallower depth of field. It lets in a lot of light. That nice crisp foreground and blurry background. And then we have another T3i here. And this one, I've got a 24mm f2.8, so not quite as much light, not quite as good depth of field, but still has a great shot and a great look. So those are my 2 B-roll shots. And what's cool about those as well is I've got a little remote, and via remote control I can start and stop those. My other light here, this is a newer, not as in brand new or newer than something else, but the brand is called Newer, N-E-W-E-E-R. It's a little LED light. So I'm gonna put this like right here and hit me from the back, and that's gonna just kind of help create, again, I'm gonna stand out, I'm gonna pop from the background a little bit. So my lighting, I've got down lighting pretty much, and then I've got a little bit of light here from the front just to kind of fill some of the shadows in, and then I've got this back light, again, just to help me pop from the background a little bit more. So these run on NPF batteries. These are great. This is NPF, I think, 970s. This is a beast battery, and then charging down here, I've got an NPF. I don't remember which one it is. Oh yeah, and then I also have this little bitty aperture light that I use from my 3rd shot. I'll probably put it here on the ground, pointing up. So you see here, I'm gonna move this hi-hat mic, but you see here how this snare, you can see it, but it's not lit up, it's kind of shadowed. So I'm probably gonna put that light like right here facing up towards the snare drum to make that snare drum pop a little bit more out of the background. So really, I mean, I've just put that light wherever my camera perspective is coming from to try to hit like the immediate subject of that shot with a little bit of extra light just to make it stand out a little bit more. So that's pretty much my setup. So one of the biggest asked questions all the time, I answer it all the time, is how do I get audio, right? So doing all this in the sanctuary because the lighting is good, my kit is in here, and because we can multi-track off of our board. So I've said this in the past, but there's not really a compelling reason for me to go through the routing because I doubt many of you are even using the board that we're using. We have really an old school digital board, to be honest. It's a Yamaha M7. So long story short, if you have a digital board of any kind, you can probably multi-track via Dante or something else. So we use Dante. That's what ours comes with. So short explanation, Dante is like a digital card you plug into your soundboard, and via some kind of program on your computer, it can read the board. So like ours, I think Dante, each Dante card can do 16 channels. So like an Avion is similar. Avion will take one of those card slots. So we have 2 Dante cards, which allows us to have 32 channels off of our, hello light, off of our 48 channel board. So again, I can pull 32 channels from our 48 channel board. So via an Ethernet cable, so internet cable, if you have like a Behringer X32, those are great. You can do like a 2-track, or you can multi-track straight into Logic. So, and then if you have Dante, you can pretty much go into any DAW you want to. Hold on, please. Just booting up the multi-track computer. So, as ghetto as this sounds, I take this monitor, I flip it around and place it up on top of the soundboard. It does not have internet, so it's not wired in, and we have an old like Mac tower that we've basically jacked up on memory and stuff. So it gets the job done. You'll see in my videos every once in a while it freezes, which is annoying, but again, it's what we've got right now, so it's what I'm rolling with. But anyway, so I can't use something like TeamViewer, which would be great because then I can control it from my laptop. But right now what I'm doing is I just turn this monitor around, place it up on this sound booth, and watch it. So I hit track and I go up to the drums, and usually it goes without any interruption for a while. So yeah. Sorry if I've taken away some of the mystique and thinking that I have this incredible, amazing system. I'm like you. I'm working with what I got. Most of what I got, I am very blessed. It's incredible. I love it. Some of the things, it's not the best thing ever. So, again, I roll with what I got. So I'm just going in here. I've got a template already set up, like for our church services. So, like, I'm just going through and deleting the tracks that I'm not going to use, like organ, lead 1, lead 2, vocals. I'm going to delete all those. Pulpit, lapel, ambient mics, leaving those. Kick, drums, bass. Actually, I may leave that in because I may plug into the bass channel with my metronome. So I've deleted all that. I'm gonna up here, I'm gonna save as, and I'm gonna save as come right now drum tracks. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and select all. Boom, hit record. So that's just gonna roll. So I'll take this guy. I'm doing this one-handed. Yeah, suspense, don't drop it. Take this guy, spin him around. Take my mouse, put him here. Take my keyboard. Oh, I think I just hit the space bar, so I stopped that recording. So boom, there we go. I mute the house, but just make sure all my channels are live, all my drum channels are live. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, I accidentally hit stop, so I'm gonna hit record. All right, that guy's going red, so that means we're good to go. So yeah, so that's my audio setup, and that's rolling. So pretty cool there. So now my next step, I'm gonna get my lighting set up, move the shield, and then get my camera set up, and then set up my computer, and we'll track. All right, so I want to give you a look at this. Working on my shot composition for this T3i with the 50mm. So another cool thing on these T3is, and I'm sure a lot of other cameras, you can put a little power adapter in here, and so you don't actually have to have a battery, so you don't got to worry about battery life. So I've tried to compose a good shot. This shot is less about trying to capture all of the drums. So drum covers are unique in the perspective in that if you can't see the drums or what's happening, you lose some of it, at least for me. Now, if I was having like a couple people shooting with me and they were shooting, running around everywhere, then maybe it'd be different. But anyways, so this shot, you know, I've tried to like basically focus it where my face is gonna be. So to focus it, since this does not have automatic focus, what I'm gonna do, at least in videos, I'm gonna zoom in on this snare drum. So this is my main snare, and then you see I focused it kind of, if this camera will focus, focus it right there on that snare, so that when I pop out, you know, it should be good. So then I'm gonna flip the camera screen around, and we're gonna go check and see if we like that, if my face is in the shot. You know, sometimes I shoot too low, just a little too low, right? So you can see the camera, my head, my face is out of this shot. So I want to just get the very top of the tom so you can see me striking the toms, but I don't want to cut my head off either. I want to be able to see my head, so I'm going to back it up just a hair, but try to shoot a similar perspective. Alright, so that's going to work because my head is going to be right there. This is the tedious part of shooting solo, is having to do all this. So the next shot I'm going to compose is probably going to be like a snare side shot. That tends to be one of my favorite shots, and you guys see I use it a lot when I can, is just that side snare shot. So I'm gonna get that set up. Okay, so it's hard to see, but that's the shot, and it's hard to see on here, but that snare, I want to just light that snare up a little bit more. So as you can see, this is largely shadowed right here. This is all under the shadow of the other drums and hi-hat stuff. So I'm gonna grab this little light, this little one. I'm gonna grab one of my little Manfrotto tripods, and I'm gonna set this little dude up. All right, so this is off, okay, and then this is on. So, may not seem like much, but to me that really makes this shot just pop. I mean, the kit just pops. So off, and then on. It takes a second to warm up, but it just makes that snare just jump out to me. Just much more pleasing of a shot. The whole kit's a little more evenly lit. That's right, the kit is lit. So we're nearing the finish line. I really need to get another one of those power adapters because right now I only have one for that T3i. So this one is on batteries currently. So I've never had an issue because I got a lot of batteries, and they last for a good while. Other thing with the T3is is they can only record for 12 minutes at a time, so that's kind of annoying, but it kind of works. I mean, you can get 2 good takes if you're, you know, trying to go through those. So I'm gonna take this guy, the big light and the big battery, and we're gonna pop it on here. I'll do this guy right here. So this shot is gonna go right here. So we'll go ahead and mount this so you can see what we're going to be working with. All right, so let me drop this down, scoot this in. So actually to angle that light, we're getting a little reflection off of that light here, so we're going to lose that. And again, right now the kit looks really lit up because I have my camera on auto. Let me switch over to manual using the settings that I'm going to use. So let me show you what that's going to look like. Okay, so this is what I'm actually shooting at. I'm shooting at 200 ISO. Kelvin, I think temperature is like 3700 Kelvin. F1.8, and then shutter speed 1/50. So now you can see that versus that, which I'm gonna cool this light down. All right, so that's on, off, on, off. So you can see, you know, pretty good impact on the drums here, but even more so, it's going to light up my face and again, take those shadows off from under my hat. So if this was my hat shadowing my face, right? So huge impact here, but a little less obvious, you know, sitting back there on the kit. But so this is my main shot. Let's see, I may mess with it a little bit more. I'm gonna get rid of some of the stuff, get rid of this extra stand. That's my iRig stand, do another video about that. But yeah, we're pretty much ready to go. So I shoot at a low ISO in here, that way I can kind of just get rid of some of this noise. There's a staircase over here, which you can't help but see a little bit because of that light shooting through. But anyways, getting rid of some of the noise, some of the junk, shooting low, and yeah. So we're about ready to go. All right, so just finished doing the one-shot drum cover, and it was rough. It wasn't amazing, it wasn't great, but I'll post it. It was fun, and again, it was just something I wanted to do. So that's my process. I just got a breakdown now, but you know, it was cool, and we'll do it again. So just want to say to you guys, man, thank you guys so much for choosing to be members and joining my channel. It's really humbling that you guys would do this, would invest back into what I'm doing. So just want to continue to cast vision for this. So if you think there's somebody that you think would enjoy, I keep saying you think, there's someone that would enjoy this, that would enjoy the perks of membership, maybe that would want some drum coaching, please share it with them, share your experience, let them know, bro, you gotta become a member, you gotta get on this exclusive members community. You know, the more people that I get on here, the more I can invest back into the channel. You know, obviously I would like the finances personally, be a great blessing to me, but as per this channel, what it would do for us here on the channel, I could hire a shooter, you know, come shoot some covers with me for a day. I could afford to hire an extra, you know, cameraman, which would be awesome. You know, I could buy more gear to do reviews. It would just allow me to do a lot more on my channel. So, and I really don't think it's that much on anybody. $4.99 a month is nothing. So hopefully I can make it worthwhile with the perks. So let me know. Again, this is a constantly evolving thing. I want to make sure the perks are worth it to you guys. I think it would be cool to share some more behind the scenes stuff like this. It's a longer video, so I wouldn't really do this type of format video on my main page because I feel like I got to keep it short and super interesting to people that don't know anything about my channel. But you guys, you're committed, you understand, and hopefully you enjoy this content. So if this is the kind of stuff that you want, let me know. I'm gonna be doing some exclusive member polls. I think I'm gonna let you guys pick what covers I do. I'm gonna give you a couple options, and then y'all can pick from there based on your voting. So again, help me get more people joined into this, and that will just allow me to do more on the channel and give more back to you guys. So appreciate what you guys are doing so much by being members. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one.